Here we go. Fuchi for PONOS Sports in the blue at the bottom of the screen. Amaterasu in red at the top for GameWith. And Rascals here coming out for Fuchi.
Maybe just the Rascals cycle. There's no Valkyrie though, so you do have to think. What else do they have? We do have the Witch from Amaterasu.
It's been a long time coming, but there is the Giant on the opposite lane. One Rascal girl behind. Not going to do the most damage, especially when that Dark Prince there just finishes her off really quickly.
But Giant's still doing damage, and he wants to continue with the Lumina. Sparky!
It is very rude to call it a trash cannon. It's already taken out one victim. Is it going to take out the Witch? There it
yes,
goes!
It's gone!
And the Sparky now slowly makes its way forward. Is it going to be able to reach the tower, or does Amaterasu have an Electro Wizard?
Hey, Simon, we were just joking around and saying there might be Sparky in the final, but look at this.
It's not going to reach the tower.
No, it's not going to get the shot. It's needed a lot more charging time. And Amaterasu, just knowing that, had somewhat of a defense, but the problem was the left side. He actually took a decent amount of damage from that Giant already. So look at the balloon going all in Fuchi right now.
Yeah, but that balloon is not taking any damage.
Untouched.
Does Amaterasu have no anti-air here?
He's willing to give that up for his own attack. Lumberjack with the rage.
Doesn't get anything.
Following up with anything.
Amaterasu has no air defense here.
He did not have the, maybe he just did not have the air defense at all.
He should have had Witch in hand. It should have been there in the cycle. There it is. Maybe trying to save that for a big push that's coming up next, but losing the tower, that's really bad. And there's the Sparky again. There's a Giant this time.
He just wanted to have that in his hand. And the arrows, a little bit of the help, but lightning before. Actually, Sparky actually put out one right before that small stun. That will be keeping up.
Yeah, look at this now. Amaterasu's offense has just been cleared. Giant, Sparky, Balloon, coming up that left-hand side. If this connects to the tower, it is going to be game over.
And the gumball even going in. The bats are helping the defense, and that's going down for short punch. And the drop from Balloon. 2 towers down. Fuchi leading. What's happening, Amaterasu? He's not thinking clearly right now. He doesn't really have the air unit against anti-air too much.
Sparky is such a good card, and week in, week out, I keep saying that Sparky is super strong. And we're seeing it now. He's doing so much work on the defense here.
Right now, Paperton at home will be smiling just looking at that Sparky, but he wants to go for 3 crowns. Balloon, another punch. That's 3 crowns for Fuchi.
That is gonna hurt for Amaterasu. That was such a convincing victory here for Fuchi. Here we go. This could be the last game of Clash Royale League Asia Season 1. Fuchi in blue for PONOS Sports. Match point for PONOS Sports at this point. GameWith, Amaterasu gonna have to try and turn it all around. And we see the Night Witch already on the field.
A bandit may just be the bridge spam with lots of battle ram. It's a minor. A little bit of a swing there. Rascal should take the damage and should clear out easily.
The Rascal Boy takes that like a champ, and here is the Electro Wizard. That will finish off the Rascal Boy, and will finish off the Rascal Girl too.
And a Lava Hound from Amaterasu already setting up.
Perfect play here. Plays the Royal Ghost and the Bandit and the minions on the other side. Bandit connects. Royal Ghost is connecting. Those minions are going to clean up the minions from Amaterasu, and that tower is dead already. Fuchi! Already one tower.
There has been the momentum, the speed of PONOS Sports in general today. That poison, I think, a little bit too early against the pups. That's going to explode after the poison.
Yeah, Amaterasu is going to be able to take this tower unless there is an Electro Wizard to finish that up. And a balloon on the other side for Amaterasu, supported by that minion horde. Will this connect to the tower, or will there be something to stop it?
Doesn't have the poison, doesn't have the Electro Wizard, so in...
Goes down the other side with the Bandit!
All in attack, but this can continue into the King Tower. He's got to defend this one first.
If he doesn't defend, this is all over!
Down to 15, and even 11 with the explosion. That's a very close one. After a single drop of balloon and the explosion with 3 more damage, it's going to be game over. So Fuchi has to think, which one do I actually have to defend right now?
Amaterasu played that perfectly. He allowed himself to take damage on that top right-hand side, knowing he would finish up that left side tower.
He has to get this one.
this is scary. The bats have connected. There's a P.E.K.K.A there, but that's not going to matter. The Lava Hound is dealing damage. The balloon on the other side, he's going to go straight for the King Tower. He doesn't even care about the right-hand side tower.
And he gets the charger. He gets the 3 crowns, but the 3 crown is the momentum balloon. Gets one, and the explosion will actually be super close. That's going to be the game.
Amaterasu gambled there. Gambled so hard, and it paid off. Takes game number 2. Is this the turnaround that we need from GameWith to make once again, it is match point for PONOS Sports' Fuchi. But Amaterasu in that last game turns it around a little bit. Takes game number 2, and will he be able to win again? This looks like the
start for both.
Are we watching a replay?
Oh, we are not. Okay, it is the minions now. Same start. Maybe they kept the same deck. We actually have very similar cycles as well. But it's a flying machine this time.
Yeah, that flying machine played there. Very interesting. The range on a flying machine is so large.
So long. And if you just leave it, it actually does damage straight to the towers. Kind of like the Hog Rider because of that range.
It's a flying musketeer, basically, at this point. It's just a musketeer flying its own flying machine. But Lumberjack does take out the Electro Wizard, does take out the Royal Ghost.
Seems like Amaterasu has chosen the path of the slow attack once again. This time it seems like it's going to be the Golem.
Yeah, those raged up goblins doing just a little bit of damage, slowly tickling away at that tower. 2266 remain. But those spear goblins do get 1 guaranteed hit every time they go against a tower like that.
And it used to be 50, but they do a little bit more. 67 damage now. Poison getting some value, but the Golem dropped right on top of the bridge.
This is great. Fuchi has already used his poison, which means the Night Witch is going to be able to get value. P.E.K.K.A here trying to defend as much as possible, but the Mega Minion and those bats and the Night Witch are going to make short work of him. Uses the arrow.
Oh, the arrow takes everything out. That's a tower down. Can he do it? Can Amaterasu swing this back for his team? I think he's getting closer every single time.
Yeah, this looks like the Golem deck that Zero's played in game number 1 or 2 earlier on in this match.
Yes, he did.
And Amaterasu is showing how this deck is supposed to be played. Royal Ghost Summon on the right. We have Goblin Huts going left. You does use the Miner to take out that hut. The Night Witch slowly taking down that bandit.
He's waiting for that cycle.
I think Amaterasu is waiting to bait out the poison maybe at this point because he wants Night Witch to deal a lot of damage.
And he's holding in that Golem for now. He can also use that Golem to buy time. Only 30 seconds remaining in this game. It's still pretty healthy of a tower on that right side. Miner luckily getting a few shots now.
And Lumberjack is a great defense. It deals so much damage. Will we see the Golem get popped down now? He does have enough elixir for it. Amaterasu still holding on. Summons that Night Witch in the back, which means we could see in the front a Golem to make sure that the bandit doesn't get anywhere near.
I think he's going to. Look at that Rogue Ghost actually swing shot. That's going to be enough damage. It's 1-1 tied. He's swinging it back just before the overtime.
Yeah, I feel like Amaterasu should have thrown down that Golem there. That would have slowed down that push long enough that he could have defended. Amaterasu now has to take it back. He has to sit down. He has to make sure that his push works. Once again, he tried to defend, didn't work. He has to go on the offensive again.
Because the Royal Ghost actually does a swing, it swings, it hits more than a target. It hit the Night Witch and the tower together, and that was just enough. Perfectly timed for Fuchi.
Poison on the Night Witch here does nullify her almost completely. We see the Golem go down. That's still a very healthy P.E.K.K.A. A very healthy. Oh, it's so much hit points here. Another P.E.K.K.A. summoned in the pocket. Lumberjack trying to defend, but if that P.E.K.K.A. gets anywhere near that tower, it will be game over.
Trying everything. Bring down the flying machine.
Oh, does get it down.
Everything down before that single swing.
Yeah, the Royal Ghost there went for the King Tower instead of the Princess Tower. Whoa, that was close. Amaterasu almost lost it there.
Fuchi leading, because in terms of the hit points onto the tower, he is losing at the moment. But he just has to have perfect defense. Amaterasu, you can't really have the Miner to chip it down.
Golem summoned in the pocket, and P.E.K.K.A. is already on its way to the bridge. P.E.K.K.A. and Flying Machine here. Will they make it? But look at that, P.E.K.K.A. is getting closer and closer to the tower. Has to summon a Night Witch to defend. Does defend successfully. Both those Golemites are going down here. Does summon the poison to clean up as well.
Down to almost, even lower than 4 digits after the poison damage. Amaterasu still holding in, gets all the charge.
Oh, connects onto the lumberjack.
But the miner is still hitting that tower, so getting
now
all
it's
the damage
raised up.
chipped in. Even
So
the
much
road
damage.
goes having 2 swings. That's about it, but I think we are about tied, about even as possible.
Yeah, this is crazy right now. This could go in anyone's favor. We could even end this last minute in a tie. Nightwish summon at the back, which means we're probably going to see a golem. There it is. He needs to defend from the front. That Nightwish cannot squeeze past that golem. It does block the route. Bats here are going to get taken out by the Electro Wizard. The Royal Ghost
Maybe
is
the
there.
final attack for both players here. That's dropped poison for both sides. Bandit trying to get the charge. And
but it goes to the Golemite.
Golemite instead. That's a big problem for Fuchi.
And there's still so much here. The Lumberjack is going to connect to the tower. Doesn't quite, but the Rage does get dropped on top. Mega Minion doesn't deal any damage. Miner coming up underneath. Gets 1 hit on the tower, gets 2, but Amaterasu summons that golem on the defense. If he'd have done that just before the overtime, we might have seen a different ending here. But there's 809 remaining.
Poison does take down the Nightwish as well. Has the P.E.K.K.A against the golem, which is already damaged, so I don't think it's going to go too close to the tower. And we may just have a tie right here.
Yeah, a tie would be a nuts conclusion to this game. Amaterasu looked like he had it in the bag, but didn't quite, and he knows, look at his face, he knows that was his game to lose. That was his game to lose the match point for Fuchi. Amaterasu dealt so much damage last time, had the lead for such a long time, but eventually was chipped away by Fuchi, and Amaterasu isn't ready for GameWith.
A log from Fuchi already hints that he's off to a different deck this time. Not the banded one that charges in anymore with the P.E.K.K.A.
Yeah, we don't see any emotion from Amaterasu. That could be a poker face. Maybe he does have the log bait here, and we've already seen the log go out of cycle. But both players waiting for this double elixir time. We do see this quite often. And I'm going to say that every time I think I've seen this go down like this in a final, the player who is match point wins.
You mean PONOS in this case, right?
PONOS in this case, yeah.
And when we get down to the minute mark, and then maybe Elixir Collector being dropped down, well, the one to have the slower push usually loses with the golem because the opponent actually has something like the Batter Ram, the Bandit, and Royal Ghost straight charges in, does a lot more damage because once you drop the golem, you only have 2 elixirs. You can only defend against so quick of a unit. You can't really deal against that too quickly.
Yeah, so what is going to happen for the viewers at home, once we get around 1 minute 10, 1 minute 15, we're going to see people just throw units onto this field, and it is going to be absolutely crazy.
Oh, look at Fuchi. He's gathering every single energy in this arena to himself, and look at, he's shaking his fingers right now at the moment.
Send him your energy if you want Fuchi to finish this up for PONOS Sports.
And also Amaterasu for GameWith could actually go for set 4 and also set 5 for that all kill. 1 minute mark, here we go. Double elixir time.
Nightwish summoned at the back for both players, and they're going down opposite lanes. Golem as well for Fuchi. Lava Hound for Amaterasu.
That's a different one.
Slightly different decks from these, and there's the balloon.
But the balloon will make it so much quicker. Lumberjack pushing.
Oh, this looks like Amaterasu has this. The baby dragon is summoned, but it's not going to deal too much. Just summon the land, and it's hard to tell who's going to win.
You know, that's a tower down for both. Are they going for 3 crowns? The golem very strong, as well as the balloon does go down. So for the golem with the rage on, Fuchi wants to go for 3 crowns, going straight in right now. Tornado getting its pulled a little bit more, but the lumberjack will connect.
There's so much there for Fuchi. It looks like Fuchi's going to finish it up. PONOS Sports take the victory here. 3 crown in that game. That is it. PONOS Sports win 3-0 on final day.
That's going to be it. 3 crowns.